Hello everyone, my name is Gillian and I'm the owner and principal designer for Vogue and Rogue Weddings. Last week we put out our very first podcast and I have to tell you, we had such an overwhelming response, so many positive comments, supportive suggestions, as well as some great questions. Now last week's podcast, I had 3 questions for you, and those 3 questions were intended to help you plan your wedding during this COVID time. Before I get to those 3 questions, I wanted to answer the questions you had for me. 1, who are you? 2, where are you located? And 3, what do you do? I kind of felt it was important and we should get those taken care of right away. Vogue and Rogue Weddings is Ontario's premier micro-wedding specialist, and we are located in the beautiful St. Lawrence River and Thousand Islands. Yes, we have over 1,000 islands and we have pristine sand beaches, beautiful crystal clear waters. We have all kinds of water sports and activities for the outdoor enthusiast, world-class scuba diving. The list goes on and on. We also have some great cultural events that happen here. If you're a foodie, this is the place for you. Beautiful bed and breakfasts, boutique hotels, golfing, it's all here. If you're thinking about a destination wedding, you might want to have a look at this area because we're right in your own backyard and you're not spending an arm and a leg. So if you're interested in this area, give me a call and I'm happy to share with you what we have to offer. Vogue and Rogue Weddings is about 1.5 years ago, we actually saw the handwriting on the wall. No longer were we seeing these 500-person weddings or 120 people. We were actually seeing smaller weddings. People were starting to downsize the size of their weddings and take the money that they would spend on a very large wedding and invest in their own future. Buying a car, going back to school, buying a home, etc. So we felt that this was really a good fit for us. So here we are, we're in this beautiful location, and we found that we really were attracted to the micro wedding environment and style. And so what we've done is we have put together wedding packages for brides and grooms to have their wedding ceremony in the most unique places that one may or may not have thought about before. So this area is very rich in history. And as such, we have some beautiful buildings and architecture, a gift from the past, if you will. We're using those through our 2021 wedding season as a backdrop for our ceremonies. Now, I am going to talk about those venues and the style of those venues in our future podcasts. But today, I wanted to get back to the 3 questions that I have for you. Here we go. These questions were really important because they actually are at the heart of when you're planning your wedding, why you plan your wedding, and how to plan your wedding. And there are 3 basic questions. Question number 1, why do you want to get married now? The reason I ask that question is you're trying to plan a wedding during a very difficult time with a lot of restrictions and a lot of hoops that you have to jump. Under normal circumstances, it's difficult to plan a wedding and it's overwhelming and quite daunting. So if you have an opportunity to take a step back and to maybe pull your wedding date back by a year, you might want to consider that. If you were my daughter, that's the thing that I would be suggesting to you. Doesn't mean you're not going to get married and have that wonderful day. It's just that you're not going to do it in these times where it can be more difficult than it needs to be. The second question was, who do you have to have in attendance on your special day to make it special for you? This speaks to the issue of gathering sizes and restrictions. We've heard 50, 25, 10, 5, and that seems to go up and down depending on the results of the COVID statistics. So if you address this right now, you actually take a lot of pressure off yourself. Make that list. I don't care if there's 150 people on that list, but put the list in priority order. So when we're having to, you've put your date out for, let's say 3 months from now or 4 months from now. We don't know what those restrictions are going to look like for numbers, but if you have your list and you know who the top 10, top 50 people are for you in priority order, it's going to make your life a lot easier. As we get closer to your wedding date, we'll know what those numbers look like. And that's when you can hone in on those top 10, top 25 people that you can invite to your wedding. Those people that are not going to be invited to your wedding, they certainly understand. Now, the third question was, what do you have to have or do on your wedding day to make it special and to make it your way? And that speaks to style. And this is my favorite part. This is the creative part. Learning about you and what your vision is for your day. Are you traditional? Are you not traditional? And what details are important to you? That's where we come in. All of our packages are all inclusive. All of those details that you have to worry about, we take on for you. Making your day as easy as possible. All you have to do is show up and be gorgeous. Now, you've said to me, Gillian, I must get married this year. I'm madly in love, and I hope that you are. I want to talk about the options. So we're going to get you married this year, and here's how we can do it. I have 3 options. If somebody out there has another option that I haven't thought about, would you please let me know, because I'm always looking for great creative ideas and how we can overcome some of our challenges during COVID. We have 3, as I mentioned. The first one is you plus 2. And what that is you and your betrothed with 2 witnesses. That's an elopement. You're not compromising. It's still intimate. You're still focused on each other. And the reason that you're coming together is to be together. And you know, you can have that party of 200 people at another time. Anybody will go to a party in the future. Have your luau, have your big chocolate fountains and your ice sculptures and all the bells and whistles. But the most important thing for you is to be married. So that allows you to focus on that. Option number 2, you plus a few. You plus a few is up to 12 people. That's 12 people in total, including yourselves. That's a very small, intimate wedding. Again, focusing on the importance of you being married with the people gathered around you that you've said are the most important to you. Again, you're not compromising, and you can have a party at another time. And finally, for those of you who want 1,000 people or 100 people or 15 people to be in attendance on your wedding day, you can do that virtually. There's been lots of inroads made with technology and your virtual weddings. And I've actually seen some pretty interesting approaches and creative, fun approaches to getting married through the virtual technologies. And I'm happy to talk to you about that. Another question that I really wanted to talk to you about that I felt needed to be put to rest. And that is, can I say to my guests that I'm going to follow the COVID rules? Can I say to my guests, you must have had a COVID test with a negative result? You must quarantine 14 days before my wedding. You must wear a mask at my wedding, and you must respect the social distancing requirements. My answer to that is yes, it is okay. You want to be safe on your day, and you want your guests to be safe on your day. Now, these rules have come out of the very brightest medical minds in the entire world, the World Health Organization. This, if your doctor said to you, you must take 2 aspirins and call me in the morning, you would do exactly that. I want you to think about this as your prescription. This is what's going to get you to the point where you can get married during COVID. So yes, I'm giving you permission. It's okay. Now, I did see something really fun that I wanted to share with you, and that was a couple of weddings brides and grooms are actually giving out these silicone wristbands. And they're using them. I mean, I've seen them used for other things, other events and what have you. But during COVID, they're actually using them as a symbol and an indicator to your guest whether or not they're comfortable mingling or talking together. And it really just sets the tone and takes away that awkwardness. You know, when you walk into a room and you're not quite sure who you can talk to or how close you get. These bracelets automatically tell you what you can and cannot do, and it just takes away again that awkwardness. So the green one says, yeah, I'm comfortable talking. Now this one here says I'm okay with hugs and high fives. I'm not sure that I would agree with that one, and I hope that that's not the one that people would choose, but it's an option. The second one is a yellow one, and that's the caution one, and that's the one where it says I'm okay talking, but don't touch me. And then the third one is more about it's red, and it's like, you know, please stay back. I'm not comfortable with you coming any closer. Let's talk from, you know, quite a distance apart. And that's okay. Now, there are people out there who think that if you're having a micro wedding, that they're going to compromise. It's something less than. A micro wedding doesn't have to be small in the sense that the numbers aren't big. You can have a macro feel during a micro wedding. Do not compromise. Be true to your style. That's why we have spent the time looking for those venues that would appeal to different people's styles so that nothing does get lost. Let us worry about the details. That's what we're here for. We're also very helpful in that we offer a white glove concierge service, and we will put together your entire itinerary for a destination wedding. We will organize your accommodations, your restaurants, your activities. So if you're going to come and be married in this area, why not stay for 2 or 3 days and round out a nice wedding honeymoon? Okay. It's been wonderful speaking with you today, and I hope that you have found this helpful. My next podcast will be about those specific venues, the activities that we could bundle together for you, as well as the different styles. If you'd like to learn more about us, you can see what we have to offer, our packages, our locations, our dates. We also have frequently asked questions on our website, www.vogueandrogueweddings.com. Or, I love to chat. You can call me at 613-253-6464. I look forward to talking to you, and I hope that we'll be able to put out another podcast for next week. Until then, be safe, be well, and be happy. Cheers.